Hi, Jake Mezrahi here, and today I want to talk to you about a series of three paintings I have here about relationships. It's based on me and my wife. But before I actually start talking about the paintings, I have to give a shout out or a thank you to Christian Fadaruso, who is an artist and good friend of mine who actually inspired me to start these paintings. So what was the story that led me to the creation of these paintings? So I've been married now for 7 years, and probably about 5 years ago, one day I was having a conversation with Christian, um, and he said to me, "You need to make a painting about your relationship." And up until that point, I hadn't made actually paintings that represented me or my wife together. So I thought about it, and with thought, and came up in the studio, hung out, looked at a canvas. This is the first painting of the three that came out of this series. And then I have another one which I'll go into a separate series that's more family based. This is more based on our relationship. So again, I'm going back 7 years ago. We've been married for 7 years, and these three paintings actually go over the beginning of our relationship, but also the theme of our relationship. So when we were dating, one of the things that we discussed was what is love and what is relationship. And I've always believed that love is something that you recreate. It's not something that just magically happens or comes from somewhere. It's something that you have to create. If you create it, of course you have to like the person, you have to get along, you have to be attracted to them. Once you have those things where your personalities match and you're attracted to the person, then you have to create the love. And a lot of times this happens naturally in a relationship when two people are together, but sometimes they don't keep working at it, and they lose that love. So as again, I'm also actually a health educator, so I also teach about relationships, and relationships are an ongoing thing. You have to keep maintaining them. So these three paintings are based on the idea of relationships and maintaining love, or continuing love, or recreating it every day. So this first painting is, again, this is kind of like a self-portrait of me, and this is my wife, and I'll go over some of the symbolism that is repeated in all three paintings. So if you take a look let's start with the clothes and the colors. So green, both our shirts are green. Green is her favorite color, and blue is my favorite color. I also love jeans. I don't know why. I have some kind of uh, passion or love or something for jeans. I always put people in jeans in my paintings. And I also happen to love the color blue. So I put those two together to create our characters, which in all three paintings have blue jeans and green shirts. And we're also green. Okay, our skin is colored green. Again, just more symbolism. And our shoes, also our feet, however we want to consider it, also green. So this was the dancing was based on a dance class that we actually took, a ballroom dancing class, not before we were married, but actually after we were married, after we had our firstborn, and we were looking for something to do together once a week, and something active, something fun, something inexpensive. We found some local ballroom dancing class in the local school that we said, 10 classes, we'll go for 10 weeks, we'll have fun, we'll joke around, it'll be a little silly. We both love to dance, and we took that class, and this was based on that, again, based on the dating. You got a wood gymnasium floor on the bottom, because that's where we took the class. I put some musical notes around, because the music, I really liked the ballroom dancing style of music that was playing, the jazz and I don't know the other names for it specifically. And I also circled the us with a heart and little hearts, kind of holding us, bringing us together. And again, that's the idea of we are doing something to recreate love every day, or every week, or as often as we can find a way to do it. And that was the symbolism here. So there's one other symbolism here that is of a little bit of a a cultural influence. Me and my wife were both Jewish, and we were observant Jews. And she wears a skirt because she's observant. So I did put a skirt there rather than just jeans. And I always told her you should wear jeans with a skirt. They look nice together. So that's part of the symbolism there, that even in our life we are maintaining our tradition. Okay, so this is the first painting. This was made in 2012, so it's a couple years old. Again, and this was the first of the three I'm going to show you today. So the second painting, okay, this one actually is a time warp kind of painting because it represents past, present, and future. Okay, this is based on, first of all, our dating. When we were dating, we used to love to sit together for a long time in restaurants. We used to go to a restaurant for dinner and sit there until they closed. And sometimes even after they closed, we'd still be sitting there, and they'd see that we were in such a deep conversation, they would let us sit there and keep talking while they cleaned the entire restaurant. And when the owner was about to lock the door, he's like, okay, you guys got to go home now. So this was, part of that is in this story. You could see the two of us, again, the same characters that I created in that first painting, playing again. The green, the blue. Here we're sitting at actually what is our house now. So it wasn't when we were dating because we didn't live here, but a table and two chairs that we had in our first apartment and our house now. So it brings the past of our dating with our present and in some ways our future. Okay, this room is designed after part of our kitchen. Okay, except for the floor. I don't really like the floor we have, so I just gave it a new floor. The ceiling is plain, so I just gave it also a nice, ceiling that I would like to have, or a floor that I would like to have. But the table, chairs, and the walls, and the windows, the shades, the door, all that, the clock, and the lights over here, those are all part of our kitchen. You have here some boxes, okay, because we moved. I started painting this. By the time I painted this painting, we had already moved for 2 years, but we still had boxes all over our house because we hadn't unpacked yet. So, and I think there were some boxes in the time at the kitchen, and I just felt like, that space needs something. I didn't want to leave it empty. I'm like, what can I put there? I think boxes would be funny. And I wrote on there, you can't see it from there, but it says kitchen stuff, glass. Okay, I even labeled the boxes for where they were going. So this is the kitchen stuff that wasn't unpacked yet 2 years later. But here we are sitting together. We got our coffee, and we're talking, and you could see it's 2 a.m. or for 2 o'clock, because that's a lot of times when we would be like, you know what, when we were dating, we need to go home. We have work tomorrow, or we have, we should get some sleep. So let's go home. And I also included in the kind of a thinking box or thinking bubble, 2 hearts, again, because it's representing the idea that love is created. And at the time we're talking now, past, present, future, creating that love. So again, this started with my artist friend telling me, make some paintings about you. And I guess I didn't know what to paint. We were having a conversation, or I think, it was I was looking at some of his recent paintings that he was painting about his relationship. He paints about his relationship with his daughter very often, and other relationships that he's had in his life, or relationships in general, or himself. So I wanted to throw some, use that inspiration for my painting. So this was number 2, but number 2 actually I started at the same time as number 3. This one was just finished first, and then I finished number 3. So we'll go to number 3. Okay, so this is the third painting in the series of 3, and this one is based again on a time warp kind of painting. Okay, it is based on a picture. Okay, so the first 2 are not based on pictures; they're based on just time periods that I just created the layout for the idea, try to put them together. This one is based on a picture that we took in Paris. So for part of our honeymoon, we stopped over in Paris, and this is, I don't remember exactly where this was. I could probably look it up. There was a pool there, and there was some kind of really cool sculptures in the pool, and we were sitting there for a while, and we asked somebody to take a picture of us from behind holding hands. And this wasn't the clothes we were wearing. Again, I just recreated the characters from the previous paintings. But you could see, again, this is that spot in Paris. We're there, we're together, and we're building our relationship again. So this painting was created last. Of the three, these were the only three. I have another series of related paintings that I'll go into afterwards. But yeah, there's a few other little symbolisms here and there, but this is just that picture that we both loved and represented a time period in our life in a painting. So thank you again for watching. Again, my name is Jake Mezrahi, artist, and hopefully you'll watch some of the other videos as well. Thank you. Bye.